Welcome to the Cryptonomatron. Today we're revisiting our review of the Hyundai Hdac ICO. There was some issues that we discovered with the tokens, the token metrics and pre-sale information that we were not given, and it wasn't explained clearly on the site. So we have revisited this review, and I've done this little video as a warning for anybody that was potentially going to invest. We have revised our score. So why have we done this? Well, we discovered that the pre-sale information we already had was incorrect and it wasn't fully clarified. I sought clarification from the moderators or the admin on their Telegram group, and we received a statement that they'd issued some time ago. Now, I also have to give thanks to BTC Business Consult, who is on YouTube. I've posted a link to his channel below. He's got some very worthwhile content, and he was the one that brought this to my attention. So here we go. I'll try and explain this by first starting off and reading the statement from Hdac. We understand that there were certain issues regarding questions about the pre-sale information, and we thank you for your patience. We have had long discussions regarding this matter and came up with some conclusions. We will disclose only the total amount and the exchange discount rates for the rounds during the pre-sale. Specific details, for example, amount per round, etc., will be fully disclosed after the TGE with the amount raised through the TGE. Now, why won't they release the amount straight away? Why won't they tell us how many tokens per round were sold? So we don't know exactly how many tokens were sold in the pre-sale. Big red flag right there for me. Continuing, the total amount raised during the pre-sale is about 14,000 Bitcoin. Now, we previously were told and informed it was 13,000 Bitcoin, so that's an additional 1,000 Bitcoin worth of Hdac were sold during the pre-sale. Another red flag. A brief background on the pre-sale. The Hdac Digital Transformation Community, DTC, officially began on March 2017. Unlike other altcoins, which partly improves the functions, we started off the development by targeting the mainnet in the Internet of Things area. Currently, the key functions of the Internet of Things contract, payment, e-proof of work, etc. are being developed in the corresponding order. From April 2017, in order to meet the value of our technical implementation for Hdac, we began our first and a limited pre-sale at a rate of 1 Bitcoin for 35,000 DAC. Afterwards, we proceeded by correspondingly modifying the exchange rate as the following. In May, 1 BTC equaled 32,000 DAC, and in July, 1 BTC equals 28,000 DAC. Changes in the exchange rate with time has been adopted due to the increase in the level of technical implementation for Hdac. Well, that's all fine and well. A lot of ICOs do give bonuses at the start of ICOs to encourage participants, and bonuses during pre-sale. And as we can see here, there's been 3 levels of pre-sale, ranging from 1 Bitcoin for 35,000 DAC down to 1 Bitcoin equaling 28,000 DAC. That's all fine and well. But how many Bitcoin were sold in each level of the pre-sale? We don't know. How many DAC were distributed in each level of the pre-sale? Again, we don't know. They're not going to release that information until after the general crowd sale is complete. Continuing on. Currently, we are in a position where we can provide the mainnet Hdac token since the Hdac token development is completed. Regarding this value, we decided to come up with a rate of 1 Bitcoin equals 18,000 DAC. Unlike what the pre-sale participants have received as an exchange proof of HDAC, general crowd sale participants will receive the officially released Hdac token. So basically what they're saying here, and I've clarified this with the Telegram group admins, is that because early pre-sale participants have been taking the risk to get invested early with no product, they have been rewarded with more tokens. So that's all fine and well. That's fine. We understand that. If we're going to get into the ICO, we know that pre-sale people taking the risk earlier on have got a bonus for that, and that's acceptable. So continuing on, Also, since the crowd sale was postponed due to KYC and AML issues, we are planning an event to be arranged on November 27th for the participants, where they will receive an extra 4,000 DAC per 1 Bitcoin, meaning if you buy for 1 Bitcoin, you will receive 22,000 DAC in total. So it will be 18,000 plus 4,000. That is a 25% bonus. There is also a lucky draw event, which is currently ongoing, and that goes from the 10th of November till the 24th of November. Silly American dates. Put the days in front of the month. Day, month, year. It's logical. Sorry. Right, anyway. So as we can see, they are giving everybody a 25% bonus that participates in the general crowd sale, guys. It's not, as some people were saying, 25% only if you spend 1 Bitcoin. It is for everybody. The minimum investment is 0.1 Bitcoin, and you will still get your 25% bonus or 400 extra DAC tokens. So to conclude the statement, they say it has been 8 months after the pre-sale and the crypto world has rapidly changed, which has many external effects. However, Hdac is continuously developing and working to not only function as a currency, which is simply traded on an exchange, but also to become the world's best Internet of Things contract and payment blockchain. Thank you, the Hdac team. Okay, so that's the statement in full. So what we've garnered from that is that there are 3 levels of pre-sale previously with 3 different token allocations per Bitcoin. And this means that we can break it down as follows. So the pre-sale in April, the average price in USD of a Bitcoin back then in April was $1,200. Now the amount of DAC token that people received in April was 35,000 DAC. That means their cost in US dollar terms was just under 4 cents, 0.034 of a dollar. So their minimum expected return on exchange, if the token sale, I'll repeat that, if the tokens hit the exchange at the same price as the general crowd sale, which is around 37 cents with the bonus, then their minimum expected return on exchange will be about 1,050%. Their maximum expected return, 1,313%. Now, I took these figures from BTC Business Consult. I didn't have time to do them myself this morning, but this just gives you a general idea, guys, yeah? So again, in May, the pre-sale in May, the average price of a Bitcoin back in May was $1,600. The DAC amount per Bitcoin at the pre-sale was 32,000, meaning the cost in US dollars was 5 cents per token, giving people a minimum expected return on the exchange of 720%, a maximum of 900%. Price increase in June, but not significantly. Again, average Bitcoin price was 2,500. You would get 28,000 DAC for that, and also your cost in US dollars would be just a whisker under 9 cents, giving you a minimum profit. I've got them mixed up, sorry. So 403% minimum and 504 expected maximum. So all of the ICO participants will stand to make massive gains as soon as this token hits the exchange. Now, for the actual ICO and the upcoming crowd sale, Bitcoin price is now 8,200. So there will be 18,000 DAC issued per Bitcoin with a 25% bonus, as I've just mentioned, giving a 22,000 DAC value for every Bitcoin. This works out at $0.456 without the bonus and 0.372 with the bonus. Now you can see that is 10 times more than what the pre-sale participants paid for the tokens in April. It's significantly more than they paid in May, and even significantly more than they paid in June. And this raises the question that will investors, pre-sale investors, just dump when it hits the exchanges? I say there is a very high likelihood of this happening. Now, if you could make immediate 10 times profit, if you were in at the earliest stage in pre-sale, would you not do that? I certainly would, because I know it's a sure thing. I would at least offload some of my tokens, at least 50%, possibly 70%, because I know there's a guaranteed 10 times return there straight away as soon as it hits the exchanges. Now this is of course presuming it hits the exchanges at ICO price, which it should do, but then it's going to tank, isn't it, after that? If everybody starts unloading and dumping, then the token price will certainly come down, which means that it may not be such a good idea to get invested in this token at ICO stage, which is unfortunate because I believe the project looks very, very promising indeed. If you watch my previous review, and the link is below, you will see what I thought of the project initially without this information. So to sum up, we'll have a quick look at the token metrics again. So 1800 DAC was the reward for 0.1 Bitcoin, or 1 Bitcoin was 18,000 DAC. It's a minimum investment of 0.1 Bitcoin, by the way, guys, and you can only pay in Bitcoin. No other currency will be accepted. So 25% bonus for crowd sale participants means you will receive 2,200 DAC for 0.1 Bitcoin, or 22,000 DAC for 1 Bitcoin investment. The hard cap for this particular stage of the ICO is 6,000 BTC. So it works out with the bonus. The token price is actually about 37 cents. There will be 840 million DAC hitting the exchanges. Now that figure includes the ICO amount and the pre-sale amount from the 3 levels of pre-sale. But again, they're not going to release how many tokens were sold at each level of the pre-sale till after everything's completed. Why not be transparent? Why not tell us? It just doesn't give me any confidence when they won't release this information. And pre-sale participants, if we recap, paid 3.4 cents to 8.9 cents for their tokens during the 3 stages of pre-sale. So that's a significantly lower amount than what you will be paying at ICO. Now, I'm not saying they don't deserve it, because they certainly went in blind with no product and invested their money. And I think the minimum investment during pre-sale was 10 Bitcoin. So they would have had to invest quite a fair amount. But even still, it raises the question that a lot of them are going to dump during the initial phase when the coin hits the exchange. The pre-sale volume was 732 million DAC, meaning 108 million will be sold during the ICO. So again, looking at the power, the leverage power of the pre-sale participants is far, far higher than the ICO participants, right guys? So whatever they do will influence the price of your token. So it seems to me that if it was the other way around, then they'd still stand to benefit a lot, but the ICO participants could get more value. As it stands, having it weighted so much in favor of the pre-sale participants, it's difficult to recommend this ICO, because if it dumps, you're going to lose money straight off the bat. Now, Hdac have said they are going to try and introduce measures or implement measures to prevent people that bought a pre-sale dumping on the exchanges. Now, they haven't announced how they're going to do that. It looks like the ICO is going to start on Monday. We might not have that information. If they do release some information on how they're going to prevent that, like a staggered pre-sale token release, I will let you guys know. But there's no information on that at the moment. So I have revised my verdict for this ICO now. And my verdict is, if you're going to invest with extreme caution and be aware of all the facts that I've told you, because those are facts. Those are direct facts from the Hdac team on Telegram, and being confirmed by other YouTubers and other people that have reviewed this ICO. Or wait for the exchanges. If it's going to dump, you'd be better off saving your money and picking it up for a snip at the exchange. So I've revised this down. It's lost 2 stars because of this pre-ICO muddle, so it's down to 3 stars. And if you're going to invest again, please use caution, be aware of the facts that I've given you, and you can go and revisit my review, my original review earlier on. I continue to do due diligence on every project that I review. So if anything comes to my attention that's of importance, such as this is extremely important. Investors need to know this. I will bring it to your attention. So I'm continuing to do my stuff for you guys. I appreciate you watching. If you find this information useful, please press like below. Subscribe to the channel. You get all my alerts if you click on that little bell, so you know when I'm uploading new videos. If you want me to do something, post in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice weekend, and I'll see you tomorrow.